My name is Stephanie Brown and I'm a solicitor at Lynch Family Lawyers. We currently experience a lot of change in the world with the COVID-19 outbreak, and we also need to consider how this may affect property settlement matters and family law. If you have current court orders or financial agreements that are in place that are to be implemented over the coming weeks or months, you may need to consider how these changes may affect the implementation of those orders. It's also important to consider whether there will be any hardship or difficulty in implementing those orders given these changes. And if that is the case, you should seek legal advice as to whether the court would consider reviewing those documents. It isn't a very high threshold, so it would be important to get legal advice in that case. You may also need to consider if a superannuation split is part of a proposed property settlement, whether that should be expressed as a specific dollar value or whether it should be expressed as a percentage of the current value of the superannuation. In relation to business valuations, which sometimes form property pools, you may need to consider the effect of the current situation and the fluctuating economy on those valuations and whether they could be relied on in the future in those circumstances. Unfortunately, a lot of people are experiencing job loss or reduction in income, and if those people are paying child support or are receiving child support, it's important to update the child support agency about those matters so that they can be reviewed. Obviously, it's a time of incredible stress and anxiety, and people's mental health is obviously going to be affected by the current situation. It's important to consider this in communications with the other side and consider what that stress and anxiety may be doing to your negotiations or communications with the other people. And of course, as always, seek therapeutic assistance or legal advice if required.